Tons of young stars here in this matchup. Jones can't get that one to go. It's strong. Might have even set her own lofty standards for
play.
It'll be a fun matchup to watch as Haley Jones on the other end can't get.
Caitlin Clark is frustrated and she's not hiding it anymore. After a tough loss, she dropped this bomb. Nobody gives me advice in game. I wish. Ouch. That's a direct shot at her coach, Christie Sides. But is Clark right? Or is there more to this story? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. And much more serious issue is developing at the same time as Clark's future is precariously balanced. The Fever's defense is so weak that a 4-on-5 game would be more appropriate. How did our defenses crumble? And is there a solution? We need to discuss the figures because they are disturbing. The Fever's opponents are scoring an astounding 89.8 points per game. That's the worst in the league, not just awful. And how would you rate their defense?
There's Parker Tyus inside, had it knocked away. Good hands there by Clark. Diane Parker married in the offseason. Clark catch and shoot, hits a three.
A pitiful 111.7, putting them last in the entire league. Like Halloween candy, they're doling out points. You may be asking, oh, is this Caitlin Clark responsible for everything? Very much not. She is in fact the 126th ranked defensive player out of 140. For a sensational rookie, that's pretty tough. The worst part is that she is not alone.
Melissa Smith right there. She is headhunting on this.
Clark on the drive, gets to the rim, and
defense is a problem for 8 of Indiana's eligible players. An entire team has lost it. Is something happening? Is it for want of trying? It appears that head coach Christie Sides shares this view. This is what she said. You can't at this level coach effort. You can't play in this league if you have to coach effort. Holy cow, is she trying to make a point or is she just trying to piss off her players? Clark is experiencing the same level of annoyance. Upon reflection, she stated, I thought we just could have played with a lot better energy following a single match. We were surrendering and won all because there was no opposition, no contested threes. That's the stuff of experience. That's a player who can recognize the issues for what they are. The truly intriguing part begins now. Clark is actually seeing less playing time as a result of this disastrous defense. She had been sitting on the bench throughout several pivotal occasions. The team's poor defense causes Clark to see less playing time, which in turn reduces her offensive opportunities, creating a vicious cycle. Also, among rookies, Clark has the most points. There's no denying her offensive prowess. You must be strong defensively and offensively if you play in the WNBA. Her offensive prowess is currently being overshadowed by her defensive problems. Then, what exactly is the problem? Does it boil down to laziness as Sides implies? Is it the coach's fault though? The answer might lie somewhere in the middle. Something must be done, and soon, since that much is certain. To have a chance at the playoffs, the Fever can't let points like these continue to pile up. More bizarre than the Fever's defensive problems is their coach and star players' deteriorating relationship. Caitlin Clark's shocking revelation following a recent game has cast doubt on Sides' coaching skills.
Third in the voting last season. Clark hammered. Now the official is pointing to his head here, and I think they're going to look at this.
Why are fans demanding that Sides be fired? What did Clark say? The Seattle Storm game is something we should discuss. Something seemed odd, even though Clark was on fire. Not one person offers her advice while we're playing. She told us after the game. I hope so. Just a moment. Is she implying that she publicly criticized her coach? That's a desperate plea for assistance, not merely the irritation of a newbie. Unfortunately, things don't improve. Do you recall that match between the Chicago Sky and the Chicago Bears? There were just 2 shots taken by Clark in the last 7 minutes. Take 2, featuring the top rookie scorer in the league. Did Clark just forget how to shoot, or was this Sides' call? In any case, it's utterly disastrous. Perhaps you're wondering, maybe Sides is just tough on her players. Look at this though, Sides unleashed her inner diva after Clark took a harsh foul and demanded that the WNBA intervene. Is she attempting to save face in the face of so much criticism, or is this a sincere concern? The worst part is that this isn't an isolated incident. There's a tendency. The squad is in pain, Sides is bewildered, and Clark is fuming. On the court, it's as if they're communicating in a foreign language. Put it in your mind. Your breakout rookie player is pleading for game time guidance. Your head coach has no idea how to make the most exciting WNBA player ever. The Fever are consistently delivering this disastrous formula. However, that's not all. Regarding those technical fouls, Sides said she would like to speak with Clark. She's anxious that Clark's intense competitiveness will put a damper on her playing time. The point is, that discussion should have taken place earlier. Sides seems to be perpetually behind the times. Then, what is the true situation here? Is Sides mucking up? How challenging is it to coach Clark? On the other hand, could this be seen as the inevitable maturation process for a head coach and rookie? Put the coach-player conflicts aside for a while, everything changed with Clark's most recent action. Keep in mind that rejection from the Olympic team, well, it has ignited a spark in Clark that has the entire league taken note. Following his exclusion from the United States Olympic squad, Clark unleashed a devastating bombshell. They woke a monster. What an inspiration. She's got a complete boulder on her shoulder, not just a chip on her shoulder. But hear me out, Clark isn't about lip service. She is not only talking the talk, but is also walking the walk despite significant obstacles. Clark is feeling the heat in the WNBA, which is no laughing matter. However, about the physicality, you are aware of her remarks. I've gotta play through it, that's what basketball is about at this level. Wow, that's really impressive. That's the attitude of a competitor who will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. I can assure you that Clark is doing much more than simply adjusting. In high-stakes situations, she excels. Clark continues to put up ridiculous stats despite the defensive issues and the turmoil with Coach Sides. She has not slowed down at all and is currently leading the rookie class in scoring. However, come on, there's a snag. The competitive fervor of Clark. As a sword, it has two edges. This season, she has accrued 5 technical fouls. Great job. She will be presented with a suspension after 1 more. What would the Fever do in a game without Clark? A race with 3 wheels would be more like it. Coach Sides has valid concerns. She pointed out, I don't need Caitlin to sit out a game. She's just a fiery competitor. However, things become intriguing at this point. Sides is trying something new instead of benching Clark or attempting to calm her down. Clark and she are going to have a chat about it. Is this the key to finally getting their message across? Keep in mind that Clark's fury is only one aspect of this. What matters is her approach to physical play. Clark took a number of strikes in that matchup with the Chicago Sky. However, she maintained her composure instead of becoming angry. The coach expressed his pride by saying, just more happy that Caitlin handled it the way she did. In that case, what gives? Does Clark know how to direct his competitive spirit? Is she learning to play to her strengths rather than her weaknesses in light of the league's physicality? Clark is not going down without a fight. Each obstacle, each defeat is only serving to motivate her more. Remember that Olympic snub? She is desperate to show everyone that they are mistaken. The game's physical act